Analysis on this and the broader picture from Lebanese Army General Elias Hanna, who's in Beirut. He's a senior lecturer on strategy, geopolitics and history of Lebanon at the American University of Beirut. Thank you for joining us. Now, we've been hearing about these strikes, these skirmishes along the Israel-Lebanon border. The US, meanwhile, has been concerned about this conflict escalating from the get-go. How dangerous would another front be for Israel with its troops already so deep into Gaza?
I think Israel is wary of opening two fronts at the same time, because when you fight in Gaza, it's something, and when you fight in Lebanese border, it's totally different, because Hezbollah is totally different from Hamas. Hezbollah has the strategic depth. Geographically is linked to Syria, linked to Iraq, and through to Iran. And it has this cumulative weaponry, like 150,000 missiles and, like 100,000 fighters. And all of them are really hardened, experienced, and they have witnessed a very, very bloody war in 2006. Now what we are seeing is, like, according to Sayyid Hassan Nasrallah, is to fix and engage the Israeli army for not really letting them go into Gaza and really participate in the war. But I think, this is my opinion, according to what we've seen from international, open source intelligence, that the rules of engagement are so far controlled. Sometimes they go beyond for more escalation, but after a certain period of time, they go into something, controlled as calculated risk. Nobody wants the war, I guess, at that time.
Absolutely. And of course, countries like the US having a big impact, I suppose, warning their Israeli allies against escalating this conflict. I'm just wondering, briefly, if you would, what kind of assault or what level of attack from either side would force the other into an all-out conflict, do you think?
It's like something unexpected, when you go into Israel and you do like something very big, not as the Tufan Al-Aqsa or the flood of Al-Aqsa, but lesser than this. But I don't think, it's like eye for eye, a civilian for a civilian. I think that the strategic level is within Hezbollah and the Israeli army, but the geopolitical level is really controlled by Iran and as well by the United States of America. I think at this level, nobody wants the war because of this American flexing the muscle, like aircraft carriers, the Marines, and then the THAAD, and then the defense air system in the region. So it's like a message: if you go into a war with Israel, you are going to be a part of it. So it's like the formula of deterrence for Iran and Hezbollah. And we remember that the former Foreign Minister Jawad Zarif, when he said, I do advise the Iranian government not to go into the war.
And I'd like to move to Gaza itself now, if I may. Israeli forces have split the enclave in half, encircled hospitals, refugee camps. What will they be doing on the ground now, and how challenging is the kind of fighting that they're taking on in the enclave?
I think after encircling the Gaza city, according to what we are seeing now as indicators on the ground from a tactical point of view, maybe they are trying to dissect, this Gaza city and go by like area by area, taking the main streets and then deal with each one of these, parts as separately, you know what I mean? So they are seeking for, the tunnels, because the shaft of tunnels should be within the Gaza city. Why? Because Gaza city is the center of gravity, the command and control for Hamas, for everything that is important. So when you go from this shaft into the tunnel, you have to go somewhere to Beit Hanun, for instance, but you have to go back into the city. So that's why they are trying to really scan, to, dissect it and do one part at a time. But if you go to Jabalia, for instance, which is very populous, I don't think they are going into an urban area and they fight. They don't fight in urban area. We remember in 1982 when they went into Lebanon and invaded Lebanon, they didn't go into the cities. They encircled the cities and then go into the open areas.
All right, General Elias Hanna from Beirut, really appreciate you joining us today with that insight. Thank you.